There are about 20,000 different species of bees in the world. Bees live in colonies that contain the queen bee, the worker bee and the drone. The worker bee and the queen bee are both female, but only the queen bee can reproduce. All drones are male. Worker bees clean the hive, collecting pollen and nectar to feed the colony, and they take care of the offspring. The drone's only job is to mate with the queen. The queen's only job is to lay eggs. Bees store their venom in a sac attached to their stinger, and only female bees sting. That is because the stinger, called an ovipositor, is part of the female bee's reproductive design. A queen bee uses her ovipositor to lay eggs as well as sting. Sterile females, also called worker bees, don't lay eggs. They just use their ovipositors to sting. Bees see all colors except the color red. That and their sense of smell help them find the flowers they need to collect pollen. Not only is pollen a food source for bees, but also some of the pollen is dropped in flight, resulting in cross-pollination. The relationship between the plant and the insect is called symbiosis.
Colored diamonds come in a variety of types. Thanks to their bold and powerful appearance, black diamonds have become one of several popular alternatives to conventional colorless diamonds and other center stones for engagement rings and other jewelry. Until fairly recently, black diamonds weren't regarded as high-end gemstones. Diamonds of this type started gaining popularity in the late 20th century, when black diamond engagement rings and other jewelry started to appear. Today, it's easy to find black diamond engagement rings, earrings, bracelets and other high-end jewelry. Thanks to their dark color, black diamonds have an extremely distinct, unique look that sets them apart from other gemstones. Black diamonds are often paired with metals such as 14K white gold and platinum, which helps to emphasize the color of the diamond. They're also often placed next to colorless diamonds as a way to create visual contrast. Black diamonds come in two main types. They are natural black diamonds and diamonds that have been treated to become black. Like with almost all gemstones, the first type, diamonds that have a natural black appearance, are significantly more valuable and desirable. Water pollution can result in human health problems, poison wildlife, and long-term ecosystem damage. When agricultural and industrial runoff floods waterways with excess nutrients such as nitrogen and phosphorus, these nutrients often fuel algae blooms that then create dead zones, or low oxygen areas where fish and other aquatic life can no longer thrive. Algae blooms can create health and economic effects for humans, causing rashes and other ailments, while eroding tourism revenue for popular lake destinations thanks to their unpleasant looks and odors. High levels of nitrates in water from nutrient pollution can also be particularly harmful to infants, interfering with their ability to deliver oxygen to tissues and potentially causing blue baby syndrome. The United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization estimates that 38% of the European Union's water bodies are under pressure from agricultural pollution. Globally, unsanitary water supplies also exact a health toll in the form of disease. At least 2 billion people drink water from sources contaminated by feces, according to the World Health Organization, and that water may transmit dangerous diseases such as cholera and typhoid.
Biotechnology is providing us with a wide range of options for how we can use agricultural and commercial forestry lands. The cultivation of genetically modified crops on millions of hectares of lands and their injection into our food chain is a huge global genetic experiment involving all living beings. Considering the fast pace of new advances in production of genetically modified crops, consumers, farmers and policymakers worldwide are challenged to reach a consensus on a clear vision for the future of world food supply. The current food biotechnology debate illustrates the serious conflict between two groups: 1. Agri-biotech investors and their affiliated scientists who consider agricultural biotechnology as a solution to food shortage, the scarcity of environmental resources and weeds and pests infestations, and 2. Independent scientists, environmentalists, farmers and consumers who warn that genetically modified food introduces new risks to food security, the environment and human health such as loss of biodiversity, the emergence of superweeds and superpests, the increase of antibiotic resistance, food allergies and other unintended effects. This article reviews major viewpoints which are currently debated in the food biotechnology sector in the world. It also lays the groundwork for deep debate on benefits and risks of biotech crops for human health, ecosystems and biodiversity. In this context, although some regulations exist, there is a need for continuous vigilance for all countries involved in producing genetically engineered food to follow the international scientific biosafety testing guidelines containing reliable pre-release experiments and post-release track of transgenic plants to protect public health and avoid future environmental harm. There are many long rivers in the world, but which ones are the longest? There are many factors in determining the precise length of a river. These include the source, the identification of the river's mouth, and the scale of measurement when determining the river length between source and mouth. As a result, the length measurements of many rivers are only approximations. A river's true source is considered to be the source of whichever tributary is farthest from the mouth, but this tributary may or may not have the same name as the main stem river. Furthermore, it is sometimes hard to state exactly where a river begins, especially rivers that are formed by ephemeral streams, swamps, or changing lakes. The mouth of a river is hard to determine in cases where the river has a large estuary that gradually widens and opens into the ocean. Some rivers do not have a mouth, and instead dwindle to very low water volume and disappear underground. A river may also have multiple channels, or branches, and it may not be clear how to measure the length through a lake. Seasonal and annual changes may alter rivers as well, not to mention cycles of erosion and flooding, dams, levees, and geological engineering. In addition, the length of meanders can change significantly over time when a new channel cuts across a narrow strip of land, bypassing a large river bend.